talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It is gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Well, they certainly needed it. That 3-game losing streak is over. The Phillies finally get the win against the pesky Arizona Diamondbacks. 4-3 today after the worst start that you could possibly imagine by Taijuan Walker. And then Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper have to come in and save him. The bullpen, 12 outs. They save his butt. But regardless, the Phillies win it. I'm joined, as always, by my partners in crime in Jonah and Freddy. But, man, today was crazy. Jonah, we'll start with you.
Yeah, man. I said this to you, Jesse, before we started, but I'll repeat it. This was not a fun win, and I don't think you can expect to win a game when you go 5 for 30 and strike out 11 times. You just can't. I'm glad they got it done today, but they have to do better. 2 of their 5 hits were from their 9-hole hitter, Justin Crawford, who has been incredible. He's exceeded every single one of my expectations, and I feel like we say this every post game, but that just can't happen. You can't have 40% of your hits coming from one dude and him being your 9-hole hitter.
Yeah. Well,
there we go.
What about that? See, that was going to be my next topic. This dude is awful. I swear, when he set that, when that first home run came in from the Diamondbacks, like 3 or 4 pitches in, I seriously, I consider turning this game off almost immediately. This dude stinks. T-walk pants, as Freddy calls him, absolutely blows. Guys, but still, they got the win, but, you know, there has to be a point where they say, you know what, enough's enough. You can go learn DFA, buddy. You know?
Fratty, I want to hear what you have to say about T-Walk.
I mean, he started off a little shaky, but I thought once he allowed the homer, I thought it was going to be an absolute disaster after that. But I was very, very shocked that he didn't allow a run the last 4 innings. This, to me, was an Easter miracle coming late that the Phillies needed. I mean, you get the win with Taijuan Walker on the mound out of all guys. A man who has an ERA over 9 coming in, and I can look it up right now on my computer. Let's see.
What are you looking for?
Taijuan Walker.
Wikipedia. Taijuan Emmanuel Walker is an American professional baseball pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies of Major League Baseball. He has previously played in MLB for the Seattle Mariners, Arizona Diamondbacks, Toronto Blue Jays, and New York Mets.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully that explains it to you about Taijuan Walker. I mean, this gives the bot Wikipedia thing gives Taijuan Walker good luck in the future. To infinity
yeah. I mean, he has played for the Diamondbacks, so revenge game. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're getting at.
But I don't either. But
But the fact of the matter is this. I think he lowered his ERA. Let's
To
see.
7, yeah.
Walker.
His ERA's dropped every single game. It started up at 25 in his first couple innings of the season, dropped to 9 after his second start. Now it's down at 7.
25? It's
No,
that
I'm kidding.
bad.
It was after like his first inning of work because he
Okay.
allowed
Yeah.
2 runs or something.
Yep. So
Are you there?
yeah, I'm there. So far, he's 1-2 record. I'm not gonna remember every single stat because but he has 7. His ERA is down under 7.5, 7.36. So I'll tell you what though, he's getting better. He's starting to get a little bit better, but I'm still not a big Taiwan Walker fan, regardless of what anybody says. He's not a top 3 starter. I mean, let's be real here. If he's allowed at least 1 home run every single game he started this year. And still his career ERA over 4 is high in his career. His overall career record's only 5 games over 500. So that tells you all you need to know about a man who is not a Hall of Famer, who is not a legend, but who he could be a Friday redeemer. As you see, I got the clean shave before Tom Walker pitched him. Maybe that sparked, and then the blonde hair by Taiwan Walker, another thing that sparked it up. So there may be a light at the end of the Taiwan Walker tunnel.
Well, let me just say that I'm an optimist at heart. I always have been, and I look for the light in things. And Taiwan Walker, he threw strikes today, 60% strikes, only 2 walks, which is low for him. So I'm happy about that. The 2 runs coming in the first inning obviously wasn't great. But for Taiwan Walker to bounce back, show a little bit of resilience, that's a good thing.
Well, in terms of the pitching, man, that bullpen certainly backed him up.
Yep.
Brad Keller was a little rough, but Duran at the end there looked like normal Duran. Jose Alvarado, outside of that one pitch that almost took that one dude's head off earlier.
Well, let me excuse that. There it is, Alec Thomas. He is not a fan favorite over here. So
fair enough. But he looked pretty good. This bullpen, I forget who said it. But this bullpen has the potential to be the best in the National League, in my opinion.
I agree. And you mentioned Alvarado, you mentioned Duran, but I got to give a lot of props to Orion Kerkering. He was shoving out there, and a guy who gets a lot of hate from Philly. I mean, it put a bad taste in your mouth with his most notable play ever. So to have him just come out this season and just be pretty good, that's something that I was really looking for and something that we got today. And obviously, this is a team that we don't like. It's good to have a player who has had his ups and downs like Orion Kerkering just get in there and do his thing. I love it.
Ratty, how do you like the bullpen today?
The bullpen for the most part was good. Besides Brad Keller. Yeah, he looked a little shaky out there in the 8th inning. It was looking a little bit scary there. But I still think he'll be fine. I just think, and I'll tell you what, I can't really blame him there for allowing a run because the offense has to start doing a lot more. Like these first 2 games, like when you're talking about pitching support for your bullpen, your pitching support for your starting pitching, the fact that you're only scoring 4 runs in 1 inning and not keeping a balance, you're scoring 4 runs, 1 single inning, and that's all you got the first 2 games of the series, and let alone, and if you think about it, like yesterday we scored all 4 runs in the first inning, and then today we scored 4 runs in the 3rd inning. And the fact of the matter is this: it's not good. It's not good enough for the pitching for the bullpen. I think our bullpen looks solid today. You can't blame Brad Keller there for allowing a run because, the offense has to step it up better because scoring 3-4 runs is not a game is not enough. And it's even in one single inning, 2 times they've done this early portion. There has to be more consistency with this the overall team. I know we're talking about the bullpen here, but I figure I'm bringing this up because, and this dates back to last year when our offense our offense wasn't scoring enough run for the bullpen pitching, and KJ McCoy. Shout out to KJ McCoy out there. I know you're the one that was blaming Kirkring, but gotta think about it this way: you can't always blame the bullpen guys when your offense is not there, quote unquote, to fully support you in the full moments that are needed. And that's the problem. There's an inconsistency with this team still. Uh, it's early in the season, but they're going to click at some point. I think it's going to be in the summertime. I feel like in April we always seem to start out over. There's been many years we've started out very average to below average, around average baseball team. We don't really peak till May and June. It seems like so.
Well, here's my thing about that. And you're right. We absolutely do start out cold in, let's say, April and March. And then you go on this hot streak in June, July, August. And everybody buys in. Everybody buys in. And everybody gets delusional that, oh, we can beat the Dodgers. We can beat the hot, streaky teams that are coming in, like the Mets and the Brewers. Then what happens? You lose the fire. You lose momentum in September, and in October, your bats die. Your starting pitching has problems. It leaks oil. Your bullpen leaks oil, but your bats, I have to drive that home. The bats just fall short. But I don't know. We'll talk about the back-to-back homers in just a second. But I mean, going into the summer, and the Phillies inevitably start that hot streak. Will you guys fall for it?
I think so. I mean, look, they've scored in 2 out of their last 38 innings. So it's obviously not starting yet. But when it does start, if it does start, I'm really hoping it does start. I stand by the belief that it is better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And if the Phillies are playing like a team that I think is going to go somewhere, I'm going to really buy in and think that they're going to go somewhere. I can't stop myself from going in because it's a year-round thing. This is what being a Philly fan is. I don't think if you're not buying in, you're not doing it right, you know?
Dang, that quote, what the hell are you, a Shakespeare? I love
Gotta
that.
add some philosophy into our postgame. Come on, man.
Freddie, do you think this team is going to get hot at the right time?
I think they are, and I'll tell you what, I'll tell you this, Jesse, and the two Jesse Jonah, which the J trains. I'll tell you this: we need to rally around the J train stuff. You
I
look
like
at this.
that. Why not?
Now here.
We also have Joey and Jaden. So
well, I have the
Exactly.
Since I have the computer in front of me right now, looking at the schedule for the rest of April, I do think they're going to click at the right time. And think about it. After tomorrow, your 7 out of your next 10 games are against the Chicago Cubs. And we've had some pretty okay success against this team. And if you're looking at it right now, the Cubs are kind of struggling. They're very average too. So you play your 7 out of the next 10 games. You win. If you can at least win 5 of those games, I'd be very happy against the Chicago Cubs. Those are very important games this early in the year. Those 7 games out of 10. And against the Cubs, and in division game, those 3 division games against the Atlanta Braves team, and then you got the Giants, and then you got actually we got Cubs after Sunday. We got Cubs, Braves. All in our next 13 games, we just play those 2 teams, which is so weird. playing 2 franchises in a 13-game span.
That is pretty
Those
weird.
are important games. We're both going to get used to each other. And like I said, if we can win 5 against the Cubs and maybe hopefully win, split those 6 games against Atlanta, that puts us right there early on in the division and wild card mix, which I know we don't really talk about playoffs till August, but I'm feeling okay about this team. Am my expectations that high? I'm very in the middle right now still. It's really hard to tell. I still think the Phillies make the playoffs. I still think they go to NLDS, but I don't think they win the World Series. And I know Pater's going to get me on there saying, what's Friday saying? What's Friday doing? What's Jesse saying? What's Jesse doing? Saying I'm going to lose in the NLDS. I mean,
that'd be funny if Andrew Painter watched 302 Birds and specifically called me and you out. That out of the entire Philadelphia sports media industry, he specifically called us out. That would be hilarious. But I unfortunately don't see that happen.
But Jesse and Jonah, get ready. Get ready to get sick of the Cubs and the Braves coming up after the DBACKS game tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Well, Freddie, let me just tell you, I can't think about playoffs right now. I'm too worried about the Flyers playoffs. So let's just have some fun Phillies baseball.
Oh, I can't wait for that tonight, Jonah, man. I can't.
Yeah. I you know what? Yeah, shout out the Flyers. Huge game tonight against New Jersey, against the Jersey Devils.
No, it's Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Oh, it's Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go, man. This is Phillies postgame. You don't need to know Flyers.
Yeah, exactly. I told you, I'm somewhat of a casual, with Flyers hockey, so it is what it is. But speaking of the Phillies had 2 back-to-back home runs today. And what do you know? Justin Crawford starting that little rally. The dude, he is this offense.
This is the case to keep Justin Crawford in that 9 spot. Because if Justin Crawford is just going to keep doing this back-to-back-to-back where he's starting up these little movements where the Phillies are getting bursts of runs, then it's good to have him in 9 or have him in 1 because he's either getting backed up by Turner, Schwarber, Harper, or he's getting backed up by Turner, Schwarber, Harper, no matter how the way you put it. It's just if he's batting first in the order, if he's batting 9th right after the bottom of the order who hasn't been able to do anything. I would put him first, but I understand why Topper's putting him at 9th. This is one of the things where I actually do understand Topper. I don't understand him a lot, but to have Justin Crawford, a rookie who has played 13 games, to have him at 9th is totally fine with me. He's starting up the leadoff batters by getting on base. When you turn around, when you flip the lineup over to Trey, Kyle, Bryce, you have a guy on base already because Justin Crawford, he was on base 3 times today. He walked, he had a double, he had a single. To have that happen is awesome. And I mean, it's a ton of pressure to be in the leadoff. So I totally get why Justin Crawford stays at 9th. It's like the second leadoff in a way. I know I called it coach's secret weapon the other day, but I mean, I was just kind of joking about that. Like Justin Crawford, to have him in 9 makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, there's no way that, I mean, I know you said, and it's a fair argument that, Connor Griffin is going to win, the Rookie of the Year. But honestly, if Justin Crawford, if he's in the top 2 in a heated battle with Connor Griffin to win that Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, holy God, brain fart.
You're good,
man. If he is not in serious contention to win the Rookie of the Year, especially if he's somehow able to get his power numbers up, I know he normally never has. But if you could get, 15 home runs out of him on the year.
If we get 15 homers out of Justin Crawford, we're winning the World Series.
You're that you really?
He's not. There's no chance he's hitting 15 homers, man. This dude has no pop. Like, I will take the L on this one. I did not think Justin Crawford was going to be this good, but if he hits 15 homers, he might be the best player on the team.
And now, for people that are. Listen, I didn't say 50. I said 15.
I meant, no, 15.
Yeah.
If he hits 15 homers, he's the best player on the team.
You don't think he even hits 15?
I don't think he hits 10.
10? You don't think he even hits 10?
He doesn't have pop like that. Like, he is so good, but we need to understand that he's good at what he's good at, and he's not a home run hitter.
Yeah. But with Justin Crawford getting on, I don't want to call him out, but we have this guy Gavin in our 302 Birds chat, and for some reason he has a weird hate boner against Kyle Schwarber, which is the weirdest. I hate to say it, it's the weirdest thing to me on the face of planet Earth. And what does he do? He goes in, and I can maybe show the text. He said,
"Don't reveal our secrets, man."
Something along the lines of him calling a shore bomb today. I'll read it out instead. He called a let's see, what did he say? He goes could desperately use a shore bomb. The next pitch sends that sucker into right field. Starts one of 2 home runs. Harper hits one right after that, back to back. And I mean, this is the argument as old as time itself. The Phillies, when they win, when they generate offense, it is because of the home run. It is the boom or bust approach. That worked out favorably in the Phillies' favor today. But I swear, we had I asked this exact same question to you, Jonah, about a week ago. Does this approach work?
It's a good question. And it's really hard to tell because any team who's hitting a ton of home runs is going to win games, but not every team can just straight up hit a ton of home runs. I mean, one of the best teams, or one of the best regular season teams that I've ever seen in my life was the Atlanta Braves when the Phillies actually knocked them out in the playoffs in that NLDS. That was one of the best regular season teams I've ever seen in my life. They hit so many home runs that year. They were awesome. And I mean, being a division rival, I want to hate on them, but that team was so good. The Phillies walked into their park and took them down because they weren't hitting homers. Every team is going to be good if they hit homers, and every team is going to be bad if they don't hit homers. That's how this game works. So for the Phillies, like I said earlier, they've scored in 2 out of their last 38 innings, and a lot of those came from homers. So I'm going to say right now, yeah, if the Phillies are going to be able to do that, it's going to be sustainable. But the problem is, those other 36 innings, they couldn't do that. So what I'm really just trying to say here is that if they're hitting homers, I'm totally good with it, but they got to do other stuff too.
Yeah. Friday, I'll toss it over to you now. Nice homer stay for sure, but can they keep this up?
I think they very could. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, about us after Arizona, us playing against the Cubs team next. But the fact of the matter is this: I don't know if they'll hit bombs some more because it's going to be tough. We're facing Zach Gallen tomorrow, pitcher of 3 ERA. He can be known for an ace, so it's going to be a tough day tomorrow. But the ball can fly during the day at CBP. But it all depends. It all depends. If they really want it, if they really take the right approach, if they're not swinging like it's the PGA Tour like Trey Turner was today, and Kyle Schwarber does sometimes too, and Harper does as well sometimes, it has to be consistency. But so far, Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, they'll get things going. I even more coming up. I'm telling you, and I think that Justin Crawford, quote me out, he is going to have his first major league home run versus the Cubs.
Okay, I thought you were going to say tomorrow.
This week. It's going to happen soon, Jonah. You're going to see the first major league home run by Justin Crawford. It is happening, and it's going to happen very soon. And Dalton Holland and KJ McCoy, at minute almost 25 of the video, I'll have to write this down in the chat notes that that you're gonna have to film this snippet of me saying, "Krill Daddy, you're gonna hit a home run first against the Cubby Bears in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The Cubbies will sleep when Justin Crawford hits a home run."
That would be awesome, man. I really hope he does it before that. I hope he does it tomorrow. I'll be there. And I'll get that one on film. I'll be filming every single one of his ABs just to show any baseball player I ever meet, this is how you get on base. Because Justin Crawford has done that exceptionally well.
Well, I mean, dude, he was like, what, 10 feet from hitting one out literally last night? So, like, everybody that's like, oh my God, he's a ground ball merchant. That's, to me, he is and isn't. He can just find grass.
Yeah.
He can find grass. And, I mean, he can't get him up high, but he's easily able to pop one decently far into the outfield without, it getting caught, just like we saw last night. And with those legs, I that's another aspect of his game that the Phillies haven't had in a while. They haven't had the speed that they've really desperately needed, the chaos on the bases. Trey Turner, he's got that, but the problem is this year he's turned it into Nick Castellanos, and he's trying to swing at balls in the next galaxy, So he doesn't even get on base as much as we'd like these days. Now, he probably will be, at least a 280 hitter by the end of the year, but that, I'll put it to you this way. Kyle Schwarber, he's not going to give you 30 stolen bags this year. That's not happening. If I'm I'll challenge myself, and you can quote me on this. If Kyle Schwarber, what do you think I should do?
I don't know where you're going here.
If Kyle Schwarber swipes 30 bags, what do I have to do?
It's got to be something extreme. Because how many did he have last year? He had to have less than 10.
Well, you know what? Let me look. You know what? I'll stall. Somebody look that up.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
There's just absolutely, there's no way. He probably had less than 10. Bryce Harper, 10. He had 10 exactly.
What a call from Jonah Castle.
Damn. You know what? We got two great calls, today from the 302 baseball crew. We love to see it. But, yeah, there's no way. There's just absolutely no way. If he has 30, I have to, how about this? You know what, Independence Hall, you can apparently go to the top of that. I've never been, and I'm deathly afraid of heights. So, if by the end of the year, Kyle Schwarber has at least 30 stolen bases, I have to go up to Independence Hall, and I have to go to the top.
Okay,
And
I really think you can consider yourself safe. He's never had more than 11.
Yeah, it's not happening. It's absolutely not. I do think I'm safe, which is a good thing. But that being said, as Broad Street Apparel comes in talking about the fact that we do own Gallon, which is the absolute truth, I think it is time for Friday's Corner to go over tomorrow's game against Zach Gallen.
Yo, Friday, give him the business. Only in South Philly. Only at Friday's Corner. It's Friday's Corner.
What you got, Frat?
What's going on? First of
about
all,
that?
Yo, Freddie, give him the business. Only a
Sorry, go ahead.
First of all, the Marlins lost today. And right now, in the current probe, in the top of the second, the Frank the Tank's Mets are losing right now to the Oakland Athletics 2-1. Mets pitcher is imploding. He has allowed 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 hits so far against a team without a name. That is so funny. And Frank the Tank, man, I'm sorry. Your team stinks, and I cannot wait to play the New York Mets this year. I cannot wait to play them. I'm looking forward to that series. And when the Phillies, and quote me, we're finally winning a series at Citi Field this year. It is going to happen. The Phillies are finally winning at that horror place, the House of Horror in the Apple.
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't. If this was Edwin Diaz in the 9th inning at Citizens Bank Park, I see it. Because that dude gives off. That dude sells walk-off hits to the Phillies like it's a baker, like it's an Italian bakery.
No,
But
we're talking. Listen, we're talking. They don't have Edwin Diaz. We're talking about they bring in this old, washed-up guy, Craig Kimbrell, in there. On top of it, you have to deal with Frank the Tank's least favorite man, Love Lady. On top of it,
wait, do it again. Yep, there you go.
It's gone. Home run.
No, I was saying.
Sayonara.
I was saying this is not Edwin Diaz. Is not the closer. We have to possibly deal with an old, washed-up Craig Kimbrell in that Mets pen that just got signed there somehow today, and then you have to deal with a guy who stinks in Richard Lovelady, or I think Frank the Tank calls him Dick Lovelady. He calls him for some reason. I don't know why he calls him that, but he can't even call him Richard. He has to call him by a person's first name that starts with the letter D instead. So think about it. I'm looking forward to that, but most importantly, I'm looking forward to see if the Phillies can win the series tomorrow with Andrew Painter. I know the D-backs have never faced him, but I'll tell you what. I know I said the Phillies were going to lose the series against the D-backs. I'm still going to stick to it, but I think after that we go on a hot streak. And the offense has to score more runs some more for sure. I don't know if Andrew Painter, if the Arizona Diamondbacks quote unquote solid offense is going to be able to hit off a Painter, with Painter being just a rookie. They might go off on him, so that really inspires the offense to try to go off tomorrow if they can, because they don't. And Painter doesn't look that dominant. If he doesn't look special like he did in the first start, then we're probably gonna lose tomorrow. But we'll see. I think it's gonna be another close game. Whoever wins this game is gonna win this game 6-5.
Wow, that would be a fun one. That'd be a fun one.
And I don't know.
Go ahead, Frank.
It gets off the Phillies side, which is, listen, it's okay because it's early in the year, and we'll go on a hot streak against 2 franchises that were playing in a 13-game stretch, and that's what I mentioned, the Cubs and the Braves only. So
Yeah, I do agree with that comment, but JT, I'm thinking of JT. There's too many J's. Like Freddie mentioned, Jonah. There we go.
Yeah.
Going into this one, like Freddie mentioned, Painter's on. So, what do you think? Do you think that Painter sort of, rebounds after that little rough Giants spurt that he had in his second start ever? I'm just pointing that out to the dummies on Phillies Twitter that blew that out of proportion the other night. And at the same time, do you think the Phillies offense gets it together against a guy that the Phillies have notoriously been good against.
Well, let me just say first thing, I am very glad that the Phillies are dodging Eduardo Rodriguez because this dude, not only is he a lefty and the Phillies can't hit lefties to save their lives, this dude is also balling out this year. He's 1-0, less than 1 ERA, and he dominated the World Baseball Classic. He's a stud right now, at least. So I'm glad that the Phillies are able to dodge him, get the righties. Soroka, they blew up in the first inning, and then Gallen tomorrow. I'm glad that that's happening. And with Painter, I would look for him to struggle a little bit just because this D-backs lineup is really, really good. Ketel Marte obviously hit the leadoff home run. He's the best second baseman in the world right now. Then you have a guy like Nolan Arenado. He's been hitting baseballs for way too long. Then you have Geraldo Perdomo, who's struggling this year, but last year he was a finalist for MVP. This lineup is good, and Andrew Painter has not faced a lineup this good. So I would look for him to struggle a little bit, maybe early. I think he settles in. But Fratty, I think you're right. I think both teams will combine for more than 10 runs. I think this will be a higher scoring game just because of Gallen and his history with the Phillies, Painter being a rookie, and then this Diamondbacks lineup that has really, really carried them. This Diamondbacks bullpen really isn't that good. Their starters, they have Rodriguez, they have Gallen, they're going to get Kelly back. But the lineup is really what's good for the Diamondbacks. So I would look for it to be a high scoring game. Jesse, I think you're muted.
Damn it, I did it again. Well, this is going to shock the world. I see none other than the disappointment himself in Trey Turner hitting a walk-off tomorrow.
Wow.
I've not been impressed with the Diamondbacks bullpen over the years, although they have been good in these two games against the Phillies so far. But I just go back to 2023, and everybody remembers, Bryce Harper lighting up Zach Gallen and Schwarber, but people forget that Trey Turner had decent success early on in that series at home versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. And I wonder if at some point the Philadelphia fan base, Philly captain, will get on Twitter and call for another one of those standing ovations. And hey, it's worked once. Who's to say it won't work again? I don't know.
I'm to say it won't work again. That's a one-time thing. I don't think you can replicate it.
Yeah, you don't buy it?
I don't buy it. I think it's a solid idea, but the magic of that was a one-time thing. I think it gets a little corny if you do it again.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I love the sentiment, though.
Yeah, it's a fun idea, and desperate times call for desperate measures. Desperate times call for desperate measures. His team is 7-7 at this point in the year. And listen, the rest of the NL East is not doing all that hot either, right? I'll double check now, but I don't think even the Miami Marlins are still out of contention. They're 8-7. Our boy Ricky from the play-by-play Philadelphia Philly sports camps probably loves that. Shout out to freaking Ricky, man. That dude's a legend. I know for a fact I'm gonna invite him when the Phillies play the Marlins. Hopefully Dalton lets him in. But we'd love to have him on the pod for a couple of minutes. But a uniting of the play-by-play sports kids, that'd be great to see. But the Marlins right now, they're in second place. The Braves are in first, and we play them after this Cup Series is over in a couple of days. So it's still anybody's game. The Phillies are as are the Mets and the Marlins are 1.5. But the Phillies and Mets are both 2 games behind the Braves. So every one of these wins freaking counts. And here's my answer to that. No.
Oh, jeez.
No. I'm sorry. Just no. Him and Stop, man. They've got to prove something to me, and so far they haven't. How about you guys address that, and then we'll end things.
My thought on that is I don't think you give standing ovations to anybody unless they're doing well, except for that one time when Trey Turner was having such a stinker that we felt that it was worth it. At some point, like I agreed with the Philly captain, it wasn't worth booing him anymore. Bohm isn't a superstar because in Trey Turner's first year, he had the reputation of being a superstar. He got signed for $300 million, and then he just wasn't good. Bohm has never had that reputation of being a superstar where it wasn't like we need to save Bohm with a standing ovation. We know what Bohm is. He's not great. There's not saving to be done because we haven't seen Bohm when he is like an elite player, or at least not for more than a stretch of like 60 games.
Yeah, no, he's to quote that one movie or show that, and to be fair, I'm not a movie or show guy, but Alec Bohm, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. But that being said, I think it's time to wrap things up. We're about around the 40-minute mark into this one. So was a fun one though. The Phils get the win here today, and look for the Diamondbacks to snake their way back to Arizona.
I see what you did there.
I don't know.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, you know what? It worked. But you guys got anything else before we wrap things up?
No, I mean, go Flyers. And anybody watching, I'll see you at the game tomorrow.
Hell yeah. We had our boy Adam in today go to the game. After that, after those home runs, I'm like, yo, you should probably leave to beat the traffic. Left me. I don't think he even saw my text, but I really hope he didn't leave. But Friday, you got anything else to say?
Well, we're off to tomorrow against the Arizona Diamondbacks one more time. Sunday baseball, classic 1:35 Sunday afternoon start. Jonah will be there. Also, it's a most wonderful time of the year. I know. Shout out to Dennis and KJ McCoy as tomorrow wraps up the Sixers regular season as well. Before the playoffs or play in, so we got that going on. 302 Birds, Philly Sports Pulse. We got going into early next week is going to be going into the week after that is going to be some wild times here at 302 Birds these next couple weeks. So, yeah.
It definitely is. I can't wait. Hopefully the Sixers can, I don't know, somehow get that 6th seed. Although, we'll see. The Flyers can kick some freaking ass against Pittsburgh coming up. Maybe we'll see. Just pray to God that they get in for their first time in like a decade. But it should be a crazy week next week, and I can't wait to talk to you all about that. But that being said, I want to thank our sponsors real quick: Balboa Steaks, El Diablo's, Klondike Cates, Nick's Pizza, all of our friends Take Pick, and especially I wasn't there, but want to shout out again. I'm sure on Dalton and KJ's behalf, Take Pick again for hosting the event that they got to go to see Jalen Hurts. that dude has ultimate aura. The pictures they sent were fantastic. That jacket that he had,
that man can do no wrong. I'll tell you,
man.
That dude. You know, it's just to experience something like that. I'm sure it's it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm glad that they got to do that. And yeah, what else am I? Oh yeah, watch party on the 17th for the Phillies. There's a bartending event where a bunch of Philly sports influencers are coming. Newark, Delaware, the 16th. To be there. Not you, Jonah, because you are unfortunately.
Give me 4 years, man.
4 more years. You could maybe fit. No, I would say.
Yeah, I think that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, no. But that being said, all that's going on. Should be nuts a couple weeks, but I can't wait. So, yeah, that's it for 302 Birds. Thanks for watching, and let's go, Phils.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone, and it is gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today.